Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Monday, August 23rd. I will not be there today. I'm hoping to be there tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and go over today and tomorrow with you just in case. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be there on Wednesday. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. So let's go ahead and click on your Schoology page, and we'll scroll down. This video will be at the top right here. But I wanted to show you that your lesson planner for this week is here. And let's take a look at that. Okay, so today I'm hoping that you are about finished with the Properties of Matter Science Station Lab, and you can turn that in. You can turn that into the blue mailboxes in the classroom. And then we're not going to have a quiz over Module J, Unit 1, Lesson 1 notes until we have a chance to discuss them. Okay? So we will have a quiz, we're just not going to have one right now, and I don't need you to lose those notes. Don't say, hey, I thought we weren't going to have a quiz. We will have a quiz. This is not happening today. Okay, so hold on to those until we get back together. Biblical integration, so I have a discussion that I want us to do today. What do the properties of matter teach us about God? Let me show you where that's at. So if we go back to our Science 6 Schoology, and we go here, Lesson 1. If we come all the way down to the bottom here, you'll see this discussion, and you just click on it, and it has the information here that you need to respond to. So it says, you have taken notes and completed a lab on the properties of matter. There are several. God has several characteristics. He knows all, sees all, and has power over all. How do the properties of matter reflect the characteristics of God? Answer this question in your comment below. So you'll click here and answer this question. I don't know is not an acceptable answer. You're going to need to extrapolate on that. But if you're unsure about about all of the characteristics of God, you are welcome to search characteristics of God on the internet to get an idea of kind of the list. So you could take the list of the properties of matter and the list of the characteristics of God and kind of see if you have any similarities or what do the properties of matter tell us about God. So do your best and comment there. And then after that, you're going to start the next lesson of notes, Module J, Unit 1, Lesson 2, Elements notes. You will need to print these if you want to complete them on paper. No big deal. Let me show you where that's at. So if we go back to our home page here, and we're still in chemistry, we will be for quite some time. Here's Lesson 2. And here are the notes are here. The student book is here in case you want to do the student book online, or you can use the paper book that you have. And those are going to be due on... Okay, I'm sorry, I was interrupted for just a minute, so hopefully I can start in the same place. We talked about the discussion, the biblical integration discussion, and then the next lesson of notes, Module J, Unit 1, Lesson 2, Elements notes. You're welcome to print these off on paper if you prefer to do them on paper. They are not due until Friday. The discussion should be done today in class. And then I'll show you the early finishers. So I'm kind of going a little fast. Let me slow it down. Let's talk about these notes, which we did. Okay, so it's right here. You would click on this. You'll click on this. You'll download it, which is right this arrow, which is going to move over here. You'll download it. You'll open it in Word. You'll enable editing, and then you'll save it right away so that you don't lose it. So save as, you'll go to your OneDrive, and you'll go to your science folder. So we have that. What else did we have here? Those notes aren't due until Friday. And then the early finishers folder, let's go back here. Let's see. Let me show you how to get there. So again, we're back on our home page. We'll go here and here. And here, I believe, is where the early finishers, right here. So this is in Lesson 2 where the notes are. The early finisher activities are here. any of these. Lots of stuff that you can do to learn more about elements. So early finisher activities are not for a grade, however, they do help with understanding. And that's what I have planned for today. Let me go ahead and tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Of course, you can see the whole week it's posted, but for tomorrow, I have you starting this periodic table digital station lab. And this is currently due on Wednesday at the end of class, but we'll see how it goes. If it's very difficult, if I'm not there, if there's misunderstanding, we'll push that out. So don't worry. We still have our early finishers and our homework over here. Let's take a look at what that digital station lab is supposed to be. So if I go back to my home page, I click here. So this is in lesson 2, lab activities. It's this first one, so we'll open it up. It says open the attached file, enable editing, go to save as and save the file in your science folder on OneDrive, and then start the lab. Okay, and that's super important because if you don't save it and you do the work, then your work's not saved. So you'll click on that and you'll open it in PowerPoint. Okay, you'll enable editing. Then you'll go over here to File, Save As, and you'll save it in your OneDrive. That's the first thing you need to do. And this looks like a lot, so let me tell you what this is. Each of these little guys is a station, okay? And what you'll do is you'll just go through the stations one by one. It says the screens are linked, so I think that you can click on them or you can just go down the... We are not doing the challenge it. You'll see it's not here, so don't worry about that. We're just doing these top ones. So the first station here is watch it. And what you'll do when I hover on this link, it says to control click to follow the link. So when you hover over this, there we go. So you click control and then you left click and it comes up with the video that you're supposed to watch. Now let's go back. What you'll do is you'll watch this video and then you'll answer these questions over here. So question 1, the answer goes here. Question 2, the answer goes here. Question 3, the answer goes here. Okay, so let's keep going. The read it station, you will read this. And then over here it says read part 1, jot down notes and drawings that help you remember these meanings. You can use the sketch or scribble button on the toolbar. So what I would prefer is that you type the definitions here because you're going to need them later. Okay, if you want to draw something, you're welcome to, but I would just stick to definitions for now. Maybe wait until we'll do several of these types of labs. Maybe wait until you kind of have the hang of how these labs go, and then you could draw. It's a little bit difficult to draw on these computers because you can't do it on the screen. So let's just stick to definitions. And here's the read it continued with definitions. And then these read it questions come from this article. So you'll answer these 3 questions over here and just continue down. Explore it. So there are 20 shapes of different colors in front of you. These are the shapes. I don't think that's 20, but okay. Organize them all into a 4x4 grid that makes most sense to you. So you're going to click on these and move them around until you have them organized however you want to organize them. And it says describe your thought process here. So how did you organize them? Did you organize them by color, by shape, by whatever your reasoning is? The next part of Part 2, the periodic table is an organization system for all known elements. It uses patterns in the elements' properties to sort them into rows and columns, much like you sorted these. So it's assuming you sorted them like this. Our model represents how the periodic table was organized. Okay. Let's continue. It says the columns up and down on the periodic table are called groups. It says or families. We will call them a group. We don't really call them a family. Every group in the periodic table has something in common. What do the groups in our model have in common? And you'll answer here. And then it has a periodic table here, and you'll read this and you'll answer your questions there. It talks about periods in the periodic table. and then more on that. So you'll go through this, explore it, and then research it. This is something where you'll have to control click again to get to here. And I would just follow the instructions that you have here. It tells you, asks you different questions. You'll answer them over here. Organize it. These are movable. If you grab them right, you can move it to wherever it needs to be. That one you might need some help with because it talks about valence electrons, etc. Illustrate it, write it, and then assess it. So assess it should be the last thing that you do. Write it should be the next to last thing that you do. If you do this in order, it will make the most sense. We aren't starting this until Tuesday. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me go back to it's not starting until Tuesday. We'll probably need additional time. But you can also see what we're doing on Wednesday and on Thursday. And hopefully I will be back on Tuesday or Wednesday to help you guys. So have a great day. I will see you when I see you.